Okay, so there was a serious consideration in the data that talked about the spend out period. Okay, that spend out period was part of our entry into sci-fi world. Well, no, it started long before, but it's been the temporal marker that clearly identified the door's been open into it was yesterday. Now, it'll take the next 3 or 4 years before we get up to the point where people, and they won't ever even look around and say, oh geez, we're in sci-fi world. They'll just accept it because it'll be creeping into them, right? Maybe 4 years from now, we've got robotics manufactured down to the point where everybody gets a, Rosie the robot maid to do their dishes and stuff. But we'll have those kind of jumps, and that's what's going to happen. So the $100,000 parties will occur after. That was of less interest to me actually than the $30,000 to $60,000 or $30,000 to $64,000 range. Okay, because in the $30,000 to $64,000 range for Bitcoin, that's when people are going to start spending out, and because and they're going to spend out because the ratio of value and the quality of the value will be so high that they'll feel comfortable in spending their, and not being hodlers anymore, and that term will start fading away. It'll be treated more as a different kind of an investment as opposed to the emotional connection we have with the word hodler, right? Because you're hodling out for a period, for a time, not for a goal. You're not hodling to, like Joe, he did a little temporary hodl in order to buy the Tesla. That was smart. That was a little time frame. But for all the hodlers, there is some point in the future where you will feel comfortable not being a hodler.
And you spend your crypto, you hang on, you're not looking for a dollar type of gain, you're going to use your crypto for the reason you got them, which was to buy a house or a car
or a world trip or a trip to the moon or whatever the hell.
Save the hungry, whatever it is.
Exactly, whatever was your motivation on it, all of that, right. And so that was the interesting part for me, because we would be some period into the sci-fi world. So it might be that we're 6 months, might be we're 18 months. There's just no way of telling in there, right? But at some point we'll cross that threshold, and the width of that threshold was like, as I always figured around 30,000 to 64,000. But it's legitimately, we almost touched it with the 20,000 previous price, right? Because imagine what would have happened had the price maintained at that level. How many people would be buying the Teslas, Oh, no, I don't want to cruise, but I'll buy the damn cruise ship.